the big pulley right there, guys. That's what's going out, and that's what we're going to attempt to fix. And this is what it sounds like. I know, horrible. So, stay tuned and let's get to it. What are you hitting? Oh. We just taking off the alternator. We ain't got. Oh, my hand's cramping up. It's super long. All right, guys, as you can see, this thing was making horrible racket at the beginning of the video. And this is why. The pulley and impeller, which is on the backside, there's a set of fins on the backside of this pulley, and it is worked itself loose, or it's come out of the mounting spot or something, and it's just making tons of noise, and you can see why. Yeah, that's not supposed to do that. So what we're going to do is replace this entire water pump right here. But before we take this off, we're going to have to drain all of the coolant out of the vehicle. So once we drain the coolant out of the vehicle, we'll come back and we'll show you the process. It's 5 bolts that we have to take off. Then hopefully she just slides right out and we replace it. All right, see you in a minute. Hey. And now we wait for it to empty out, guys. It may take a little while, but this is the process. Guys, this one is very hard to get to, but it's all doable. Once you crack them, you can turn them by hand. Just have to get to it. Okay, these are the mounting bolts that go back into the water pump, guys. So I've got some minimum strength. Well, it's thread locker, orange gel. It's high strength, but it is removable. That way, if something happens or something goes wrong, you can always take it back out. But all you need to do is just put a few little things around here and spin it as you're squeezing. It doesn't take a whole lot. Okay, and that one's done. I do all the bolts that way. That's one less thing to worry about. Once you get everything reassembled. Okay, guys, this is one of the top bolts going in. You just hold the water pump with one hand and start your bolt with the other. Now I like to go ahead and run them all the way up by hand. That way you're not sitting here cranking a wrench or a ratchet and there's not enough space to get your gun in or your air tool or anything. So I run them all the way up by hand. That way I know there's not that much work left to do. But yeah, like I said, make sure you crisscross. Okay, guys, now we're to the point where we can refill our coolant back into the vehicle. I've already started putting some in. I'm going to now uh, reconnect the negative terminal on the battery so that we can get juice to the car. I will fire the car up in an attempt to go ahead and burp the system. Burping the system means just getting the air out of your coolant lines so that the car doesn't run hot. I suggest letting it burp for 10 to 15 minutes, sometimes 20. It really depends on the vehicle. But I've got the front of the car on ramps, so it shouldn't take that long with this one. So in a second, we'll start that process. All right, we've got our battery reconnected. And like I said, we left the cap off. We went ahead and put a little coolant in the system. Our belt is back on. Our water pump has been installed. Our alternator has been reinstalled. And now, here's the first test. So, fire up the engine. And guys, as you can see, the new water pump is working correctly. The belt is working correctly. There's just a little bit of slack in the belt. We're going to tighten that up right now. But other than that, I think we have a winner. So we're going to let this continue to run and slowly add coolant back to the system to make sure that we have everything right. Now, as the vehicle's running, we're up to operating temperature. And as you can see, the system is burping itself. It's removing all the air so that the vehicle doesn't run hot. I know there's some fancy funnels that you could use for this, but I do it the old school way. Fill it up with antifreeze, let it run, get up to operating temperature, and the system will burp itself, especially since I've got the front of the vehicle on ramp. So we're gonna let it run, we'll take it for a test drive. Guys, I appreciate you joining us today. As always, keep God first, and we will catch you next time. Bye.